Hey everybody, welcome in on a Wednesday. Patrick is here. How you doing, Patrick? Can't hear you. It says you're muted again. Patrick
It's just,
Jeff ran. Oh, there you are.
it's trying to cancel me. This show's trying to cancel me every week.
It's okay. I'll talk to the guy in charge. We'll up your pay.
Okay, thanks.
Actually, for this show, Patrick, it's double the payroll. I'll even
Yes.
it's triple. I'll give up mine and let you.
Hey, all right, yeah.
So hey, man. Last week just kind of flew by. Wintertime. Not a whole lot of racing, but now we're getting into some of the cool stuff here in the month of October and November. We got some big events. Not only a big one left up here at Meridian, had quite a few of them finishing up championships. So we got a big one going on in Las Vegas coming up here in just 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is a race coming up that a lot of people have been talking about all year long, right? This is one of the biggest deals that you're ever going to see. And the cool thing about it is, a lot of places are winding down. Twin Falls, we've been a couple weeks out of the 2025 season already. And so to have such a big event still that we can look forward to, and being that we're kind of done, we could even maybe catch a flight down real quick or drive down to I-15 and get down there to Vegas to go see it. It works out for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge event. We've got Davey Hamilton Jr. is going to join us here in just a second. He's sitting back, getting ready to tell us all about the huge 2025 Open Wheel Showdown, all the partners that are helping him put it together. That's all important stuff to bring a show like that in. But I know he's got some huge news about, just a few race car drivers that are going to be headed down there too. It's going to be a huge, huge event. I've never been. I wanted to go the first year. Couldn't do it. Last year, I really wanted to go. Dan went down and brought me home a shirt. So I kind of felt like I was there. We bought it on pay-per-view and watched. But on Wednesday, the Wednesday before the show, Wednesday, November 5th, we will have a show, but our show will be live from the Open Wheel Showdown in Las Vegas. I'm flying in Wednesday afternoon, and we will do a show live from wherever I end up in Las Vegas on Wednesday night.
So, he's going to be on the floor of the Bellagio.
By 8:30, there's a real good possibility, unless my racing friends help me not have that happen. Because Patrick, I may be 50, but sometimes I feel 21, and it just catches up with me. But
Brent knows how to get down if you've got organic juice.
Yeah, and I'm sure that one of our fine sponsors may have some of that down there, but I'm going to not partake until Saturday because I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy the races. While you guys are on, though, we'll bring Davey on here in just a minute. Interact with us. Talk to us a little bit. Comments up and running both on Facebook and YouTube. We are live on Instagram again tonight, so appreciate our friends and fans that are watching there as well. You can comment like Shane Prince, just giving us a little hello, good evening. He didn't put gentlemen. He's getting to know us too well.
Yeah, he's learning. That's okay.
He's learning. And Russell Hills, Meridian Speedway fan, he's watching tonight too. And the numbers both on YouTube and Facebook are popping up big time right at the moment because we've got a big show. And we're going to talk about another big show going on in Las Vegas. So let's just get right to it because I know this guy, time is of a premium right now with all the big stuff coming up. So I appreciate Davey Hamilton Jr. coming on with us. Davey, welcome to the show. Thanks. I know we've been I'm sure your schedule is not only is it already jam-packed, but I'm sure it's getting worse, right?
Yeah.
Worse
yeah,
no.
better. Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate that. No, it's been kind of a hectic past few weeks. Unfortunately, I got in a bad sprint car wreck, I think literally a week ago, and that was my spare car for Vegas. And the car is completely junk. I mean, the whole thing is just trash, basically. So I was supposed to be in Vegas right after that race in Pensacola. I was supposed to drive from there to Vegas with the merchandise trailer and start getting things set up out there. Because of the wreck, I had to go see my doctors up in Indiana. I was supposed to do an Indy Lights test, which there's a reason why I can't do that test, but I'm not going to share that with everybody. And I had to come back to Florida just to help my sprint car team, Kirk Morgan Racing, get another car. We bought another car. Huge thanks to the Statham family. They actually let us borrow and technically buy a car just to get it ready for Vegas. I do have a teammate this year, but I'm at the shop literally every day from 7 a.m. to 8, 9 o'clock at night the past week, just helping the guys out trying to get that car ready to go.
Yeah, bad timing for the crash.
It is bad time, terrible timing, and
That looks like a heck of a hit too.
Yeah, it was, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's I still feel it right now. You're right. The heck of a timing. I mean, last year we did a race 2 weeks before Vegas, and same thing. Freak incident. Somebody was wrecking in front of me. I had nowhere to go, and it broke the frame. We had to weld it, and luckily we were able to still use it. But this was a little bit of a bigger crash, a lot faster speeds, and destroyed a lot of things. So, but nonetheless, so I luckily I kind of prepare for Opal Showdown at the beginning of the year. I mean, as soon as Sunday happens after the event, it's already working on next year. More so trying to get a deal done for the next, the coming year. Luckily this year I'm excited that once the event happens, we have some announcements, hopefully, that we're able to announce at the event regarding the next few years of Opal Showdown, which is, it's all positive stuff. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be around for years to come, which is good. But it's been busy, man. But luckily, after the first year, I learned a lot, and I created a plan and an attack page of everything I need to do in steps to make sure that every year just gets better and better.
So we'll get to that because I know that is huge, and you got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Just though, a lot of us follow you. We still one of our hometown guys. Racing wise, this year though, you've been pretty busy just being behind the wheel of some race cars all summer long.
Yeah.
How'd your season go? I mean, I know now we got a whole bunch more to do in 3 weeks, but up to this point, you've been a busy guy.
Yeah, this year I was very fortunate enough to get the opportunity to get back into Indy Lights, Indy Next, we'll call it. Theme of things. That's where my dream's been. That's where my passion has been for forever. Is to try to get to the Indy 500, like my dad and grandfather attempted. It's difficult, man. So our sprint car season really didn't work out the best way. We had a lot of mechanical failures this year. Kind of some weird things happen, and sometimes we just plain simple got beat, and didn't really have a top tier year that we usually tend to have. It's kind of been a down year, and then I had a lot of effort prioritized into the Indy Next stuff with HMD Motorsports, which takes up a lot of your time. I mean, it's a lot of learning, studying, simulator time, training, and trying to just better yourself. And then as a guy as myself, I'm not full-time. I wasn't full-time this year, and it is so hard to compete with those guys that are full-time nonstop in those cars, because nowadays even testing is so limited. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but I'm at least where I want to be. It's a learning curve again, but I'm not giving up yet, man. We'll see. My goal is to get to the Indy 500. I'm not going to stop. I'm pretty good at pursuing the ideas and visions I have, so I want to do everything I can to make that a reality. And then if racing doesn't work out or does work out, I know I always have a spot for promoting, because I tend to do that all right. But Opal Showdown's grown into something that I never thought it would be. So it's cool to see.
Well, yeah, and talking about your persistence and the things. I mean, it was just a few years ago. I know. Just a little quick backstory on how this came about. I mean, I know the families you guys have been in racing. What brought it together to say we should do this here and make it huge?
Yeah, so I actually kind of lived in Vegas as a kid growing up a little bit. I went to the track a lot there, and my family has a lot of we have a great family friendship with the Klein family, which actually helped build the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And then I got a race and focus midget there throughout my life. And I always thought, like, man, there could be a big race here. Well, I'd say 5 years ago, I put together a plan, and it was called the Sprint Car Showdown. I had no interest in doing midgets or super modifieds or anything else beyond that. I was just like, I love sprint car racing. I want to do a big sprint car race. I want to show other tracks that we deserve to race for big money. Because at the time, there really wasn't a lot of big paying sprint car races across the country. Granted, yes, Pink Lady was still a good paying race and Little 500, but beyond that, there really wasn't many. And so my whole goal was just to show people that, hey, we deserve to race for 50 grand, 100 grand, and so on, like these dirt guys do. We spend just as much money as they do to go racing. So that was the initial plan. The initial plan was that. And then, talking to friends of mine and just kind of watching videos of the Copper Classic and Turkey Night, and growing up watching Turkey Night, wishing I was at Turkey Night. And that all kind of made my mind think, maybe I just do a Copper World type event, and we have sprint cars, super modifieds, and midgets initially. And I remember when I first came up with the idea, I approached my team owner and Kirk, and he didn't really he wasn't negative, he wasn't positive, he was just like, I don't know about that,
I don't know.
But yeah, and I decided to kind of just pull the trigger on it. He was behind me, don't get me wrong, but I just kind of did the announcement work. I called all the tracks, I called Vegas, I called Hoosier, I called everybody really that I needed to kind of make this a reality. So we announced it, and it blew up so fast that Ralph Shaheen called me personally, which, by the way, I've been a Ralph Shaheen fan my entire life growing up. So when you get a call and it says Ralph Shaheen, you don't even have that number saved. You're just like, what the heck? And when I announced this, my dad didn't know. So I didn't even tell my family. Nobody knew my family. No, not a single person. I announced it. My dad calls me up. You idiot. What are you doing? What are you, are you dumb? How are you even to pull this off? All this stuff. Right. So I said, Dad, this is my deal. You don't have to, just let me do it, but anyways, when Ralph Shaheen called me and offered a great deal with Speed Sport to be the main cover partner of the whole event, you couldn't say no. I mean, I was a childhood hero, right? And still is. Every time I talk to him, we're texting, right? So I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever, But anyways, it's grown. That first year was we didn't know what's going to happen. A lot of people didn't even know that I would pay people, right? It's a lot of money on the line. So there's a lot of talk about, oh, Davey's not going to pay. Where's he getting this money from? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I go out there and I hustle. So I go and find 100 sponsors across the country. And it doesn't matter if it's $1,000 or $50,000 or more. I go out there and just get everything I can to go into this event. And luckily I've had BitNile. They're my title sponsor this year. They've been my title sponsor for the past 2 years as well. They were behind the event right off the bat, and they're based in Vegas. And they're always going to kind of be with me as long as I do it. And, they're great people to work with. But the event has grown so much in 3 years that I have sponsors that are interested in doing way bigger things now and more things with it. And it's actually helped our classes. I mean, now we're adding classes, adding other title sponsors for the classes. Even Speed Sport this year, it's grown to something so big. We now have Jumbotrons coming this year, the big screens that are it's just something I never thought of this stuff. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, the first year was a great success. And my whole vision was to always have midgets and super modifieds and sprint cars. Last year, unfortunately, I'll be just completely transparent. It's a business at this point, right? So you got to do the right thing for the business. And as much as I love racing midgets, I have one myself. And I couldn't put on a race with less than 10 cars. Speed Sport wouldn't be happy. Ralph wouldn't be happy. My sponsors wouldn't be happy. Hoosier wouldn't be happy. It just wouldn't make sense. So I had to make a hard decision last year to pull the plug on midgets and add the open wheel modifieds, which was actually a really good idea. I didn't realize how many people love those things and how popular it is. So by doing that, it's grown into something that I never thought of. And now we have legends and bandoleros for kids to get involved, and bigger names, obviously. So now going into this year, we have 5 classes now. We went from 100 entries last year to 244 this year, with 213 of them confirmed. So we got a busy year.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start figure out how to do parking. You're gonna have to have multi-level parking in the pits, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the other thing too. So working with Vegas has been great, but there's been a lot of challenges. So a lot of people don't think about the little things. And the first year we had like unlimited pit space, unlimited. I never even filled the pit area, but then they rented half the parking lot to a trucking company, which cut the entire pit area in half. And I had last year we made it work, but this year with so many classes, we have an overflow lot, which I'll be honest with you, there's definitely going to be teams that are not going to be happy with me on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But at the same time, I have to do what I can and I do try to make everybody happy. But it's going to be a packed nightmare in those pits, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, and that's one of those things. Whether you're, whether you're short track racing, like, around home here, or doing what you're putting together there, yeah, it's a bad thing. It's kind of a rough thing, but in this day and age, with the way racetracks are just folding and classes aren't having the car counts they used to. If you got a full pit and you got to tell your drivers, hey, we're so full that you guys have to go over here, even though it's going to piss you off, it's a good thing to be a part of that show, right?
Exactly. So there's pros and cons. I mean, it's I know for a fact I don't want to be that team that's
right.
In the overflow lot, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna try to fit everybody in the normal pit area as best we can. But it's kind of give and take. And this year it's going to be a lot more people. I mean, our RV, even though I don't really handle the RV spots, they were sold out pretty quick compared to the years past. And it's the ticket sales. I mean, obviously we know Kyle Busch and his son are coming now, so that's a huge name that's coming. And they've been kind of boosting the ticket sales quite a bit. So even though the grandstand portion doesn't really affect Opal Showdown so much, we still want to see a lot of people there in the grandstands and having a good time. So it's going to be good to see that place packed. We have Sammy Swindell, which isn't really a public announcement, but like it is a public announcement now. He's entered, so we got Sammy Swindell getting back in a wing sprint car again and going to give us a challenge.
That is awesome. So so that gets us going into that, the nuts and bolts of it. You've got 5 classes. You've got obviously probably your regulars from the last 3 years that have been supporting you. You got some of these names from the promoting side for you. I mean, what does that mean? Because I know it's like anything. You can kick open the gates and you can give them a playground, but now you're starting to see people like this get involved. That's got to be a plus, right?
Well, I mean, it was cool the first year when I'm texting Tony Stewart begging him to come, and he's tweeting that he's watching the event, right? And I'm still trying, by the way. I don't think it'll work, but I'm still trying to get Tony in the super for that race one day. But it is cool. Luckily, Kyle and I have actually tried driving for him years ago in the trucks a long time ago, and I've had kind of a relationship with him, and even Max Pappas, his son's racing this year too, and Max is coming out, and luckily I've built all these kind of friendships and relationships throughout my racing career and just growing up in the IndyCar world and trying to make it somewhere as well. And some of these guys, I mean, even Kevin Harvick was talking about my event, and I didn't even know he knew about my event. Right. And so it's cool. We're clearly doing something that's right for the short track world. I think these prestigious events is kind of what's taking over the wants for these drivers and teams right now. Is like they're not really focusing so much on a championship and more so going for these iconic events, that they're wanting to hit. Not saying that's a bad or a good thing, but I just think that's kind of where the trajectory is kind of turning into. But no, I mean, it's great. I mean, having Kyle, Brexton, Mateo Pappas, Sammy Swindell, Ari Lindike Jr. is back, so his dad's going to be coming, which he's a hero of mine. We got Chase Cabre, he's my teammate, so I've built a good friendship with Haley Deegan over the year just because we were teammates in Indy Next. So we built it's kind of where it all started, really. But they were just here a couple days ago, matter of fact, and she's going to be coming out there. I think I'm putting her in the pace car. I'm going to put her to work somehow. She's going to be doing something. Exactly. So it's really cool, though. I mean, just having Bentley Warren coming again, and Sam Schmidt being a part of it, and Buddy Rice coming out. I mean, it's cool seeing all these iconic names. I mean, even AJ Foyt, right? He knows about the event. He can't come, but he knows about it, and he talks about it when we see him. It's something that is just special. So It's going in the right direction. I will say, if you guys saw my dream and my vision for next year's event, as far as what I want to do, you guys would call me crazy, but we've seen crazier things happen so far. And I'm trying to grow it into something where everybody can make this week now a vacation. It's a trip. It's a vacation for the family, the kids, the race team, everybody. I mean, even the drivers. It's kind of a fun trip for everybody. It's really fun if you win. So hopefully you win, and then you can go bet it right after.
Yeah. So what's your sprint car? I mean, we got 213 confirmed. Of course, the wing sprint cars, huge car count there. I would imagine a big portion of that 213.
Yeah, so we had 71 entries, and 55 of them are actually what's confirmed, which it is what it is. You're going to have fall off, right? So, and that's kind of the unfortunate situation. It's just it's part of racing. I mean, it's just part of events. I'd love to see 70 sprint cars show up, but a lot of these teams, when they enter in January, February, whenever we open our entry process, they're not really accounting for the expenses. They're not accounting for their year. So I kind of get it, sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should have started my event first, like at the beginning of the year. So it kicked off the season, and, then everybody could show up. But I think still mid 50s is kind of what we've been getting for sprint cars. Or we had low 50 last year. So I think it's good. It still brings a C main. It's a B main, it's still a challenge to win. And you still have the best of the best in the country coming. So, and then the open wheel modifieds, I mean, those guys are, actually, I want to say the legends are probably the most craziest thing to watch, because either they're crashing or side by side the entire time. So
one or the other, right?
Yeah. So I'm actually excited to see the race that they put on, and we have 50. I think that's 55 too. Actually, it's a mid 50 range. And open wheel modified, same thing. The super modifieds, we have 20. I think we're going to be down a little bit this year with the supers. Unfortunately, it's just reality of it is it's hard for people, and there's been some big wrecks, I guess, in the super world on the West Coast. So it's kind of hurt some things, but I'm excited. That whole super portion this year is really kind of about Larry Triguero and the things that he's done for super modified racing, my dad, and so forth. So I'm having his family come out. We're doing a big thing, kind of a ceremony deal for that. And it's just kind of a special thing to remember Larry and everything he's done for the sport. And then as far as Bandoleros, I mean, that's the next generation, right? So it was really important for me. There's people the keyboard warriors, right? They're everywhere. Complaining that I added legends and Bandoleros, but at the end of the day, we have to have a class where a kid can come and see their future and see, hey, I want to do that one day. Otherwise, our sport's dead. So it's going to be funny seeing whoever wins the Bandolero race, they have the trophy. It weighs, whoever knows, it's huge, right? It's the same thing that the wing sprint car driver gets. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see. I'm looking forward to the whole event, honestly. And, me, my partner, Stuart, and all my sponsors, we've all just been kind of all working really hard together just to make sure that this event goes off with a bang this year with all the new cars and extra people in the pits. It's going to be, like I said, organized chaos.
Right. That's the way it has to work.
That's right.
So for the fan, the driver, the crew, the dumb announcers from the local short track making their way down. I know you guys put some schedule stuff out. Everything kind of gets kicked off. I mean, as far as the drivers and everything rolling in there on Wednesday, and then on track stuff fires up when? Thursday?
Yeah, so we've learned, like, the past few years, we've kind of actually learned a lot, and that's it. That's that. We've done load in Wednesday with practice, our tire sales, tech, practice, everything on Thursday, which that's a lot for teams to go get tech, tire sales, and practice. So we've actually moved everything up a day this year, and that's why I've been trying to get the schedule out as best as I can to everybody, just so people know that we are allowing parking on Tuesday and tech and tire sales on Wednesday, so people can just kind of get there early, get stuff done, and still have a full day of practice on Thursday. You can still show up Wednesday or Thursday if you wanted to. It's no different, but we're just giving everybody the option. But yeah, so practice kicks off Thursday. We have BR Motorsports qualifying night on Friday, which is qualifying for everybody. round of practice, heat races, the first line systems, pole shuffle for the sprint cars, and then Saturday that's the big day. That's the money day. That's the fireworks show. We got the fire cannons coming this year again. I'm so excited for the jumbotron just because I have control of that a little bit. So
Right.
everybody's going to find out what my music playlist is. I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as far as grandstand tickets and stuff, that's all. Everybody can
Yep.
still get all that stuff, and
Yep.
people that are making last minute plans can still make it happen, right?
Yeah, so I will say this has been the biggest year for us through South Point Casino Hotel. They actually, I mean, I can't get everything out, but I will say we're one of the biggest events that they have had hosted at their event or at their hotel now. We've crossed some serious milestone numbers this year, which is pretty impressive. Which is thanks to all the fans and teams. Thank you for everybody that's supporting South Point because they do give back quite a bit to the event. That code expired yesterday, unfortunately. So if anybody's trying to show up last second, still support us by going, please. But that discount code that we had expired. But as far as ticket sales, everything is still available online at opalshowdown.com. And if you're looking to get a pit pass, just show up. We'll have plenty right there at the pit office, and we'll make sure you get in.
All right. What else before we let you go? I mean, I know you got a huge bunch of it. It's an army. It's just like when we interview you after a main event. This is your big main event of the year, man. Who helps you out? I know you've mentioned a couple. Anybody else you want to talk about before we let you go and meet you out in Vegas here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say thank you to all the sponsors and supporters we have for that event because there's literally over 100, right? So I would love to just thank them every single one of them if I could, but it's a little impossible. But anyways, it's more so it's the team, it's the fans, it's the drivers. You know, when I first thought of this event, I honestly didn't really expect or even think or consider how expensive it was going to be for teams. So it's a hard thing to accomplish by going even. So just having the teams show up and being a part of the event, like I can't thank everybody enough. I mean, they're the reason why this event has been growing, and they're the reason why more sponsors are getting involved, and that's why the purses are getting better. You know, we raised the Opal modified purse this year just because of the sponsor was happy and they wanted to chip in more. So things like that, it's really thanks to you guys. It's thanks for you guys covering everything, and without that support, this event wouldn't be possible. So looking forward to having you down there, Brent. I know you'll like our media setup. We have our own custom media tent down there, and this year it's always been kind of in our pit area. This year it's trackside, so the tent overlooks the racetrack, and we have a TV in there. So it's really cool setup. So you're gonna enjoy that. You're gonna be a little spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, you know, but it's going to be a cool experience for everybody that shows up. So I just want to say a huge thank you to all the teams, drivers, fans, sponsors, vendors, everybody that's coming out.
I was going to say next year, Davey, but if you come on the show next year and all the sponsors you have up until that point, we'll just have them scrolling during the interview so we can have them all, you know what I mean? We'll just have them go across the screen.
Maybe like the edit or the credits at the end of a movie, right? Just like cruising up. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that for sure. Exactly. Perfect. We'll do that.
Well, hey man, you know, as somebody that's been watching your dad, your grandpa, and even you as a little kid, proud of you. This is cool. This is I know a dream of yours, and I'm happy that a lot of us up here in the Treasure Valley can kind of help you keep that dream rolling, because there is a buttload of motorhomes loading up in the Boise area. I'm flying down, and people are like, "Hey, if you want to throw some extra clothes in the motorhome, we'll all be down there. You don't have to pay the bag." So, but congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Your number 1 and 2 have been awesome, and I can't wait to be down there and see your number 3 in person.
I appreciate it. All I need now is my promoting skills to go towards my racing skills a little bit, and hopefully if I win this year, I'm just, you know, as a driver, not a promoter, as a driver, people understand I put in the work as a driver too. You know, I don't want a lot of people to be mad at me if I do win, but you know, it's been it's a tough deal to win that race, no matter what class you're in. So, but I appreciate it again, guys, for having me, and we'll do this again for sure next year.
All right, we'll see you down there in a couple of weeks.
All right, thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, man. Davey Hamilton Jr., the 2025 Bitnile Open Wheel Showdown is just 2.5-3 3 weeks away. 3 weeks from now, Patrick, we will be doing a Pit Stop podcast live from Las Vegas, Nevada. It will either be at a racetrack, a casino, or possibly the jail, but one or the other. We're going to get the show in 3 weeks. And honestly, I mean, Davey and my son, when they were all little, racing go-karts together, and you kind of you look at these kids, and what an accomplishment. And like I said, you're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to do it the right way for everybody. But one thing you are going to do is he's going to have a successful event. Anytime you open up a race and you have Sammy Swindell, Ari Lyondike Jr., Kyle Busch, Brexton Busch, these drivers are coming to race at his event. So that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, man. And as he mentioned, like, we can only imagine the amount of work he's put into this, and it's good that it's not just being like having success, but it seems like it is. He is on a very steep up climb with the show, the business, right? As he was saying, it is a business, and he's managed it quite well in just these first 3 years. So. And he's mentioned there's some announcements. I really wanted to ask about that, but I know they got to keep them, release things at the right moment. And so then it gets my mind thinking, what are they going to announce? Is it going to be a location change? Are we going to see different tracks? Is this going to be you know what I mean? Are we going to have a East Coast showdown, a West Coast showdown? There's a lot of different things that could happen. And so many people want to get involved because he's done such a good job promoting and building and planning the event that I'm like excited to see where it's going to go. In 5 years, we're going to be still talking about this, still wanting to have him on, and super like he's so young. This kid, he's got obviously it's like in his blood, right? Like he's got a great family for not just being a race car driver, but a promoter. And he's seen enough and talked to a lot of folks in the business that he's obviously held on to some of the tidbits of wisdom that I'm sure he's been in the room to hear in different groups, and it's good to see the success.
Yeah, I mean, and me personally, I mean, I've had the privilege of working for his dad when his dad was promoting Meridian, of course, his grandpa Kenny, and it's going to be awesome to hang out down there with those guys. And we got to do some podcast stuff. We got to promote it. That's what he's letting me go down there and do with all of the other media people and the whole thing. But, I may or may not have a man crush on Sammy Swindell. So I might be like staring at him.
Where to find the Brent in the pits, huh?
Yeah, just with the binoculars, being the creeper on the other side of the racetrack. But no, but just to be in, as a racing fan, as a racing junkie, just to be able to be in the mix with those people. And I appreciate Davey, for giving us a path to get down there. Let's run through some comments real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit about what went on the last couple of weeks. Okay. Let's catch up here real quick. I know everybody was commenting, and I was trying to throw them up there. We told Shane Prince that we were gentlemen. He said we're not. We are fine fellers. It's actually the nicest thing I've been called all week. It's been one of those weeks.
Yeah, it's better than called effers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's usually what I hear. So
yeah, that's kind of like how I usually think people like me when they call me that. But, whatever. Jeremy White's watching.
What's up, Jeremy?
Jeremy had one more on here. Yes, Jeremy. Speed Sport. It's a pay-per-view televised event. And I'll tell you this. The 2 years that I've bought it, it is a hell of a deal for the Friday, Saturday. So Ralph Shaheen, DJ, and myself, another.
Dude, Ralph Shaheen, bro. If you've never heard that guy announce, you're missing out, because the dude is like gold standard.
Yes. Yeah. For guys like me and Patrick, those are the people. I mean, me, I won't speak for Patrick, but those are the guys and the gals and the people that, I thought I would be the best race car driver in the world. Reality struck at a very young age. So I thought, well, I can talk about race cars. I can tell everybody how good they are. So yeah. So Speed Sport, go ahead and go on to the Open Wheel Showdown website. I will tell you this. If you go on Facebook, there are some Open Wheel Showdown fake sites telling you to buy different pay-per-views. Open Wheel Showdown, and make sure it's got like 6,000 followers on it. That's the real one. If they have 7 or 8 or 90, those are not real. So when you do go on the Facebook sites, make sure you're on the official page that Davey and the crew are handling. Riley Robert, do they need a flag man? Yes, Riley, but not you. No, I'm just kidding.
A good one.
Yeah. Oh, that came from Patrick. That came directly from Patrick. We did not rehearse.
I had to say it. No, kidding, Riley. You can flag with anybody.
He's the best. Chuck Argon, one of our cameramen, wishes he could go. You don't need to wish. It's Las Vegas. It's an hour and 45-minute flight away. Guy from your neck of the woods is going. Monty is headed down there. He has a raffle going on for some sponsorship stuff, and I took the privilege of putting you and I and then the Pit Stop podcast into that raffle the other day. So we're gonna.
Yeah, so this is the type of thing, folks. If you're watching at home, Brent doesn't tell me about. He all of a sudden, Monty sends me this cool video he's made up with the Pit Stop podcast logo, and it's like little sponsor deal, Pit Stop Pod, and I was like, yeah. So my kids are like, oh, you guys are sponsors? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We
obviously.
We bought in the cheap way, but whatever works. We want to help those guys out as much as we can. So yeah, thank you, Monty, for letting us be a part of that.
Yeah, thank you, Monty.
Derek and Donovan Barr, I know they're going to be making the trip down. They are in the modified, so Derek is watching.
Yeah, what's up?
For Vegas, Dylan Wardle. Dylan had his little surgical procedure, so he hasn't raced in the last month or so. This is his mom, Chrissy. They're getting ready to head down there as well. So Dylan will be back behind the wheel of the 88 Legend. That'll be a good opportunity for him. Randy Kerr says there's a pace car driver for hire and passenger, Patrick. Can you thought you crapped yourself at Magic Valley Speedway. I bet you Randy Kerr could make you just do all sorts of bodily functions you don't know you could do.
It would be cardiac arrest, dude. I'd be dead.
But in the end, when they got to the pits after you were passed out, Riley Robert would give you mouth to mouth to bring you back to life. And I tell you what,
sign me up.
Him getting this close to you, ready to put the old kissers on you, they better bring you back to life because, sorry, Riley. Derek says wishes Patrick was going with you. We're going to work on that for next year, 2026. Yeah. We're going to plan earlier and see if we can't get down there. There you go. Riley's already telling you $96 you can get out. That's out of Boise. You probably get out of Salt Lake cheaper.
Yeah, it's got to be a good deal. I do have some prior plans that we've made. So 2026 is the goal.
Yep. Use the Pit Stop Podcast company card.
Can you imagine if we had one? Oh man, it would be 3,700 cases of Dr. Pepper.
And then by the time we got ready to go to Las Vegas, we'd have a credit limit of 8 cents.
Hey, Riley ain't kidding. He's already sent me prices from Salt Lake to Vegas. He's already.
Oh, he is getting you.
That's a good deal, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal. Caitlin Freeland, she's been watching. Yeah, we missed last week, and I'll tell you straight up. Last week, I don't even know what happened, Patrick. I messaged you on Thursday and said, dude, it's Thursday. We forgot to do our podcast last night.
100% accurate. Brent was like, so we missed Wednesday?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what happened to that day. But yeah. Riley's spending some money. Riley's checkbook, Riley's mouth is, making purchases that his pocket can't. He says the Pit Stop Podcast can sponsor a plane ticket.
Oh, hey, well, we'll get there. You know what I mean? We've got some very awesome sponsors, but we're trying to use it for the podcast, the equipment and things. And we'll get to the point where we're just traveling all over to every race. But,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be everywhere. Before you know it, I won't have to go work in the basement of a 110-year-old building as a day job.
Yeah.
We'll be racing. Terry's going to be down there. And here's the deal. Help Monty out. Every entry gets a spot on the car. It's like $20. So
and the video that he made for us that's the value of the video you get. That's more than $20 right there, let alone having we're going to be on the car. Our logo's on the car in the Open Wheel Showdown in Las Vegas. You heard Davey talk about it. How many hundreds of cars are going to be there? Teams and teams and teams and teams. So like, if you want a good marketing opportunity for cheap, get in on it. So that's why we said thank you, Monty, because that's a good opportunity. So thank you.
Yeah, love it. And last comment we didn't get to yet. Adam Crow. Ooh, no shortage of Coors Light. Not on Wednesday. I can't drink on Wednesdays. That's podcast. So, but yeah. So there you go. 2025 BitNile Open Wheel Showdown is locked and loaded. Like I said, tons of people are headed down, and I appreciate Davey for joining us, because the guy, his schedule's got to be crazy right now, trying to rebuild a race car, or build a race car, and then they got to haul all that stuff to Las Vegas from Florida, where he's at right now. So we appreciate his time tonight.
Yep, dude, the kid's so busy, but when they, like you said, like you've known him for a long time, right? So I'm sure it's that thing where you see the kids from the neighborhood or from growing up, and now they're adults and they're doing real adult stuff, and you're just like, man, I remember when you were wearing Pampers and stuff. There's that sense of like proud to see them where they are, I'm sure, but also like glad he hasn't forgotten where he's come from.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those guys. I mean, literally, my son and him, they must have been 6 or 7 racing Bandit outlaw carts together on a D-shaped dirt track in the middle of Meridian Speedway. And Brock is 29, and I'm sure, and DJ's probably right about the 29 or 30 range. So yeah, it's been cool. And for me, as what we do, you and I do, it's always neat to hear these guys. I mean, yeah, he's settled in Indiana and Florida, and he's chasing his racing dreams, but he's not afraid to tell you he's from Boise, Idaho. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So that's what's coming up. We got and I appreciate all the folks chatting with us on the comments tonight too.
Yeah, thank you for interacting. It's all about that. So let's keep the interaction going. I wanted to ask you, Brent, about the last event at Meridian. If you want to talk about that, what happened? I heard there was some boat race of destruction going on.
We did. We ended up, we got one more to go, but we ended I guess you could call regular season, because this last one's like trunk or treat, grand finale. Everybody's a champ. Every class is a champion at the end. Boat race of destruction. We started handing out some championships as well, as we work towards the big banquets and all the fun stuff coming up. October, chilly day, and 4,000 people in the grandstands to watch boat races at Meridian. Haven't sat down with Adam or Brent and talked much about it yet this year, but what a year. The crowds, the fans have shown up in force. Not very many empty seat nights, I'll tell you that. And it was awesome. I did so it was great. Boat races were great. I think we had 17 boats. People were crashing. Amanda was our winner. She was very excited. She jumps out of her Ford Bronco. She's like, I don't know what the sound is. It might need a radiator, but I think I won. I'm like, yeah, that's why you're here with me right now, is because you did. So cool things, cool stuff. As we roll into a trunk or treat grand finale 1 week from Saturday, 5 classes, 5 championships, kids are trick or treating, and we go racing at 3:00 on the 25th. But 25th. Yeah, I did a dumb thing after the boat race.
What's that?
I got in my car, got in my truck, and drove to West Richland, Washington. We talked last show. We talked to Lacey about the Desert Food Mart fall class. I, along with Darren, I want to shout out to firefighter Darren. He was like, he overheard me saying, I'm going to Tri-Cities tonight. He's like, you are? I asked my wife, I go. You ask your wife, you can go. I didn't think she'd say yes, but sure enough, at about 11 o'clock, Darren showed up at the racetrack, and Darren and I all-nightered it to Pasco, Washington. Parked the truck at the Pilot gas station. Took a little Caught up with all of our racing friends at Tri-Cities Raceway at about 9 o'clock that morning and spent the entire day at the racetrack. And about 7:45, hit I-84 and came all the way home. Darren slept till like 1 p.m. the next day, I think, and I was at work at 5:45.
Oh my gosh. Well, how was the event? Tell me about that.
Man, I tell you what. So, again, being a racing fan and covering the things that you and I get to do on here, which I appreciate you helping me with this ordeal that we do every week. The racetrack, I haven't been to a lot. I have not been to a couple of racetracks in Florida with my son, Meridian Magic Valley, RMR twice, Pocatello twice. That's other than on all the outlaw card stuff. So to be able to go to Tri-Cities, beautiful racetrack, inside or infield pit area. So everybody pits in the infield like big time. We got Lacey, got us some pit passes, and we're right there close, and huge car counts. They're hobby stocks, which are our street stocks, 27 of them on a Sunday afternoon, and they were just hauling. The super late models were there, obviously the Fall Classic headliners. Hopefully they've got these vintage modifieds, which were really, really cool looking, something you and I don't get to see down here. Put a bug in the ear and put those guys in contact with the Speedway. So maybe some vintage mods. We'd love to pull them down from the Wenatchee area. But in the end, great racing, 200 laps, side by side, tri-oval. I think the place is cool. It's amazing. I'm already, depending on our schedule at Meridian, if we're not racing that very first weekend of April, I'm going back for the Apple Cup, which is the season opener that we talked to Lacey about earlier. I think it'd be pretty cool to be a part. The real cool news is, though, one of our best friends, Ryan Phipps, got the championship. Northwest Super Late Model champ. Phipps locked it in, and Jovan Dillon, one of our local guys, was right there in the mix at the end as well. But a huge, huge, huge congratulations to Ryan Phipps. Him and his son have had a hell of a year, and they both took home some championships this year.
Talk about another busy guy, huh? Doing the dang thing behind the wheel and supporting, the kids that are doing it too, and trying to be a husband and father. The whole shebang is, man, what a whirlwind, and he's done a hell of a job.
Yeah, so great year. So big thanks to the folks at Tri-Cities. It was awesome to be able to go up there. And for me personally, it's just, getting old. The old life clock might be ticking a little faster than we all think sometimes. So to be able to do that, and to be able to go be a part of the Open Wheel Showdown this year and watch some of those big events, those are some things we're going to put on the calendar for the next few years to not only enjoy what we do at Meridian and Magic Valley there on the screen, but beyond. Because there is, I love what we do, but there's so much more out there.
Yeah. So, and Davey was talking about for the Open Wheel Showdown, goals for the future, right? Goals for the future for Pit Stop Podcast too, right? So like Brent and I said, we would love to be able to travel to more tracks, to visit and see what other people are doing, so we can help the tracks that we interact with regularly improve what they're doing, because we don't want to see any of this go away. That's our goal, right? Like Brent said, we'd love to have our 9 to 5 be traveling, talking to people like Davey and others that are trying to put on events on the other side of the country, close to home. We don't care, near and far. If it's racing, we like talking about it, trying to figure things out, how people are doing things differently no matter where they are, whether it's only a few hours up the road in Washington or if it's a few states away. So we need all the help we can get. Everybody that's watching right now, thank you. Tuning in like that, something as simple as that means a difference to us. And we appreciate you guys taking the time out of your nights to come and hang out with us.
Yeah, it's much appreciated. If you guys want to be a part of it, let us know. Our friends at the Race in Bowling, Overturf Photography, they are two of our major supporters. Patrick and I don't want to make money at it, but every now and then you gotta buy a microphone. Patrick, show everybody that huge microphone you have.
Okay, as long as it doesn't unplug. But look at this new microphone.
Look
My
at that
dad
thing.
gifted. My birthday was yesterday, so my dad gifted this to me.
That thing is huge.
And he gave me. This is how much like a sound microphone nerd like me and Brent. Like for my birthday, my dad gives me this microphone and 2 soundboards. So We'll have to check. I'll have to show you. I'll send you pictures later. We have another soundboard. I've got a mini one I can use for the podcast, and a big one that we maybe we might use it at the racetrack.
Yeah, very nice. See, I've got mine's all in a box because we used to do this on the road at the different bars and stuff around town. So mine's in one of, so I look like a roadie. I got that black box, like all the.
Yeah.
It's sitting right here. It's now a table, an end table, because we don't go anywhere at the moment. But yeah, my kids bought me a Halo light for Father's Day, so that's how dorky we are when it comes out with a Father's Day gift. Right here, making me look. Man, it's not a magic light. Just a light. So yeah, no. Well, happy birthday to you, 21, finally, right?
Yeah, 41's the new 21 is what I've been saying.
There you go. That's right. That means then, you know what that means? It means on Tuesday night, November 4th, you need to do an all-nighter to Las Vegas, Nevada, and act like you're 21 again. Tell Diana, say, hey, we're going to go rent an RV, just like total craziness. We're going to rent an RV. We're going to toss all the kids and any of the family members in it. We're going to Vegas.
I think if I tell her for next year, she might actually be, she'd be like, okay, let's do it. So it'll be in the works.
We got 13 months to work on her. We'll get her.
Yeah.
We'll get her through there. Couple more folks. Riley Robert is going to, what's he doing?
Dressing up as Brent for Halloween.
I don't even have
like, where do they sell the badass costumes at? Huh? That's what
yeah. You gotta, like I told you, Riley, you got a long way to go to be this cool.
Is there, when they do the trunk or treat up there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, I'll let you get to Derek's question.
Oh no, you're
trunk or treat in Meridian. Is there like a race? Oh, is there a race car driver that's like the equivalent of, everybody knows in the neighborhood which house gives out like the big candy bars? Is there like a race car driver that everybody knows, like, hey, you're going to want to stop by that pit area because they have the goodies?
I know the Monroes always, when they won't be there this year because that season's over, but when they were up there, they had a pretty good haul. I don't know. They never let me go trunk or treating because I'm too tall and old. I know that the Idaho Historical Racing Society is going to be divvying out some goods.
We slinging some candy?
Yeah, we're going to sling some candy. And if any of you would like to help the IHRS with some candy, get a hold of me and you can donate some candy and we can hand it out to the kids at the racetrack right out of the trailer. So
donate cash or candy because they can run up to the Costco and get some big bags of candy up there too. So
yeah, so there's a little plug for that. Riley said, yes, I got to hang out with Riley in Tri-Cities. You should have probably capitalized the I think, Riley. That's all I'm saying. No, love hanging out with those guys. Spank was up there and just all of our friends. So, and a couple birthday shout outs from Shane.
Thank you.
And Mr. Barr.
Thank you very much.
For Patrick. So yeah, man, I think that's it. Davey got us a pretty good background on what's going on in Las Vegas this weekend or in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. If you guys are going, I'm going to try and catch it from home. So I know people like Jeremy White, he's going to be watching it from wherever he's going to be at. We got to work and do the thing. And so, Jeremy, shoot me some messages. Let me know what you think of it. Let's just enjoy it, right? Whether you're going or not, let's watch the race, show our support for what's going on so that it can just continue to grow. And I'm excited. So if you get down there and you find out some of these details, some of the announcements, like text me because I want to know. I have the feeling, I don't know if it's only speculation, right? Davey didn't tell us anything. What you heard from him is what we heard from him. But I just, that's got my brain going as to like, what could the changes be? Other than maybe a different class? Would there be a different racetrack? What do you think?
I know that, and again, I don't know either. We're just speaking on our behalf here, but I know that he had attempted or had made a thought, taken a chance on maybe putting this out to some other racetracks as well. I would think, not that I'm a promoter, but been around it a long, long time. I would think keep all your eggs in one basket and just make that basket flipping huge. Make it a show, and I can maybe got a little inkling from him that I think that now he's got the cars. You're getting the drivers are interested.
Mm-hmm.
The streaming service, Ralph and the crew are interested. And his excitement about like the Jumbotron stuff. I mean, that's cool stuff that all of us would love to have it at our racetracks. I just think he's got something cooking that now it's the open wheel showdown, and he's going to make it a show. And I think there's going to be some, the bushes are coming, all this stuff. The people are coming. Now I think DJ has a chance to make it a show. What do we need to add to make this thing the premier event? Now, could that be money? Yes.
Sure.
Purse money is always huge. Tow money is always huge. Those are some things that he could be working on, and I think a lot of those things will just work themselves out. But there's another event that is going on next year. A lot of money at it, multiple track event. So I don't think that he would want to compete with that, but I think you make what you got the biggest show on earth, and I think that right now he has the foundation to do that. Just my guess. That was a long answer to your short question.
I did see that video, I believe, for the event you're talking about, or the multi-event kind of deal. Yeah, okay.
Which is good, because what Davey was talking about is now with the money, the money that it costs to go racing, because it is. These drivers that are coming from Idaho are paying a ton of money just to get there. Think about the guys from Oswego, New York, and Florida.
Yeah.
Because there's North Carolina. Some of these Legends drivers are coming. So I think that these type of cars, these drivers and crews, are probably focusing on, like DJ said, the big stuff.
Yeah.
The Pink Lady, the Diamond Cup, the Open Wheel Showdown. These big events that are going on, and they're okay with racing 6 times a year because of Colorado National Speedway has a huge 4th of July deal. So if you can do that 5 or 6 races a year and put your funds in that bucket, the thing that Davey needs to be ready for is, and I think he is make darn sure that your event is on that list.
Yeah, he's going the right direction.
So
what does that mean for Meridian and Magic Valley, for the tracks that we go to? Does that mean we see less of some of these guys that we've been seeing the past few years because they're trying to put their, they're trying to hit just the bigger events, and not like I'm saying we don't have any, right? Because Pink Lady, the Diamond Cup, the Skunk Cup, we've got events, but is that going to change? Is it going to be a noticeable change, do you think, for us?
I don't think so, because I think that I think Davey's event is, like he said, he had toyed with, putting it in April or March or whatever and kicking the year off. But I think his event is just far enough removed that the teams that can afford it, or the teams that have the sponsorship to be able to do those 6 or 7 big events a year, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
That we are lucky here, you and me, Adam and Colton and everybody. A lot of these race cars that are going, not a lot, but a good portion of these sprint cars and modifieds and Legends and Bandos that are going to Twin Falls, or that are going to Vegas, race in Meridian and Twin Falls regularly. So we've got our guys and gals there. Will you see a little bit? Probably. There's going to be a few of the guys that are like, okay, I'm only doing 3, and I just can't afford to go to Meridian twice this year, so I'm going to do Pink Lady, Vegas, and Colorado. Biggest thing is for what you and I do, or our fans that are watching, our promoters already do it, is whether those guys show up at your racetrack once or 7 times, make them feel welcome, give them a show, appreciate them, because it's going to be those drivers that 2 seasons down the road are like, you know what, Meridian treated us really well. Twin Falls Skunk Cup was out of this world. We're going back, and now those races are on our list, and we might not go back east because it's so expensive. But in a perfect world, they'd all go to all of them, and we'd have 50+ race cars. I mean, like DJ said, we only get 55. You only get 55 winged sprint cars, and I know DJ is very appreciative of those 55 that are going to show. But you do know there are 20 more out there that, depending on how their years go and how they budget, they could be there. So hopefully it all works out. And I just hope that the tradition that we have at Meridian and the traditions we're building with you guys down at Twin will keep us on the map as well. And I don't think we're in any huge danger of going from 25 sprint cars down to 4.
The management group has made great decisions in what they're doing and the direction they're going. So that's why I drive a couple hours plus up to the track on the weekends, because I really believe in what they're doing at Magic Valley Speedway, and it shows that they know what they're doing just from my experiences that I've had at Meridian. So, we'll just keep building.
Yeah, keep building. Biggest thing is, even if you're taking your money and you're going to Vegas and you're buying a plane ticket and you're staying at South Point and you're supporting all of that, what you have to do from April through October is support your local racetrack, whether it's Meridian, Magic Valley, Wenatchee, Tri-Cities, Idaho Falls, whatever. Don't forget about the local racetrack, because that's what keeps all these things going. So,
can I do a little shameless plug?
Yeah.
And I may or may not, I'm in contact with a blinds company up in Twin Falls, trying to get some blinds for the booth. So I've actually been emailing a guy. So if you know anybody in the Twin Falls area that wants to be a sponsor of the Magic Valley Speedway for the 2026 season, I created an email. So sponsorships.mvspeedway@gmail.com. We'll put that out on the on our socials or something. But if you know anybody that wants to maybe get in for the 2026 season, it's never too soon. So let's get everybody in. We want everybody to be a part of it, be a partner with what we do. So have them reach out to you, boy.
There you go. Support your local racetrack. And yes, Riley, I think it's a great idea if you were to buy Patrick and I a couple of tickets to the Snowball Derby in Florida, or give yours up.
Yeah. We just need a couple of tickets, a rental car and or plane ticket, and a couple nights stay at a hotel, and we're good. And we will report on it. We'll give you live content, promos, everything. So
yeah. So thanks, Riley. I know he's getting ready to go there here in a couple of months, so I appreciate him giving us his tickets.
Thank you, Riley.
I mean, all of our folks can read between the lines, but I'm pretty sure that just said, I don't want to go. I would rather Patrick and Brent went in my place.
And I'll give $100 stipend daily. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, per diem. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Riley. What a guy.
Yeah. He's a nice guy.
I take back half of the bad things I've ever said about you.
Yeah, me too.
Just half.
Yeah.
2 halves make a whole. Or something. I don't know. We don't want to get into that. So anyway, there we go. We apologize to our sponsor stuff for last week. I blew it off. I totally forgot that last week had a Wednesday. Until Thursday when I was typing up some stuff at work, and I'm like, what the hell? We missed the show. Totally just didn't do it. Didn't contact each other about it.
I got my stuff out, and I was like, I had my homework up on one computer and then the podcast stuff ready, and I was like, I haven't heard from Brent. He's got to be busy, You're a worker bee, man. You're always doing stuff. So I was like, yeah, he's probably busy. I don't want to bother him. And then the next day, so we missed Wednesday.
Yeah, what happened to that day? But I know we couldn't do it without the folks on the bottom of your screen. The Race to In Bowling, thank you for an amazing season. Yeah. Overturf Photography, Mike with Performance Signs and Graphics, Scent Savvy, Idaho CDL, Western Cargo, Iron Body Fitness, some of those folks that I sell at the racetrack for sponsorship, and I love throwing them on here on the podcast as well, just to maybe give them that little extra plug, because we appreciate, whether it's $5 or 5,000, like Davey was saying, it doesn't matter. It all helps.
Yep. Great partnerships are the foundation for great things to happen. So we appreciate them.
All right. So we've got a show on the 22nd. We've got a show on the 29th. All of the folks out there watching, join us. You've got to like and you've got to follow or subscribe to Instagram, Facebook, but especially YouTube. We've got over 300 videos on our YouTube channel from all kinds of interviews and all this stuff. So like and share the page so that we can grow, so that we can do the cool stuff for you. And we'll hit a bunch of a couple of shows here. Patrick and I'll come up with some cool stuff. Just maybe a little BS session the next couple of weeks as we prepare for Vegas.
I love it.
All right. So for Davey Hamilton Jr., Davey, thank you for joining us. Busy guy, huge event coming on. Speed Sport, log on to Speed Sport, not Speedcast. That's our local deal. Speed Sport is who is streaming the Open Wheel Showdown. Buy those 2 days if you can't make it down there, and that's another way to support the show.
I'll do it.
All right. Happy birthday, Patrick.
Thanks, man.
You don't look a day over 21, no matter what your wife says. So you tell her congratulations on having a young man as a husband.
Oh, I let her know how lucky she is every day.
I bet you do. All right. So 1 week from tonight, we'll be back. I have now put it in my phone that we do podcasts on Wednesdays. Apparently, I'm getting old when I need to remind myself what I do. But for all the sponsors, Davey Hamilton Jr., we're going to see him down there in 3 weeks. For Patrick, his family, it's the off season, but I don't think we're going to take many days off. We're going to keep rolling through the winter, courtesy of our great sponsors. And you guys have to tell us what you want to talk about. So I think we're good.
Sounds good.
All right, time for bed. If I'm not in bed by 9:40, I turn into a pumpkin. So nobody wants to see that. So thanks, Patrick, and we'll talk to you guys next Wednesday night.